Hello and welcome to Coffee with the Angels. I'm Katie Kiefer of awakentheinnerlight.com and coffeewiththeangels.com. Today is January 29th, 2018, and so we are coming up on the blue moon, the super moon, blood moon, because there's a lunar eclipse, and blue moon. So you've probably noticed that it's been intense for a while. For those of you who are sensitive, you'll notice that we have been feeling all sorts of stuff for several days now. So it's been very interesting. But anyway, this is Coffee with the Angels. And so for those of you who don't know yet, Coffee with the Angels is something I've asked for, though not quite so specifically. I had asked some time ago for a way to be able to connect with people, a way to be able to share information that's helpful, and to be able to share information that I can just put out there for others to pick up and take forward in their life, whether or not they ever connect with me, because this is really about being of service and contributing something worthwhile that can help someone. And so if anywhere in these Coffee with the Angels that you listen to, if it helps you connect some dots or take the next step forward, whatever, in any way, shape, or form is beneficial to you, that's what it's about. Plain and simple. Really, that's it. If you really find it useful and you feel called to share it, feel free to do so. You are welcome to follow it on the YouTube channel once that's up. You can share them, you can forward them, you can copy the links, however you choose. And that's if you find it helpful and useful and you're called to do so. So I trust very much that the information that comes through, and for those who are watching this video and reading this post, that there's something here that will be beneficial. That's what it's about. So today, when I sat down, I got a very clear name, and the name is Mahai, and it's M-A apostrophe H-A-I. That's what I got. And I got a bit of a visual of like the Pacific Islander type physique. Feels definitively male. But I'm not really sure where from the Pacific Islands. It doesn't feel distinctly Hawaiian, so I'm not sure where that comes from. But there feels like a lot of water here, it's a very watery, comforting yet powerful feeling that I've gotten from this personally today. And I hope that you find this useful and that you enjoy. So, the angels say, the rivers and streams flow to the lakes and oceans through the route of least resistance. When you are in the flow, you also must go the route of least resistance. As you do, you'll realize the power of your own force. Just as water cuts through rock, so too you will cut through lies. Your truth and light are your power. Be in the flow, for the river knows no force other than natural flow, and it is enough. Being in the flow is where your greatest co-creations happen serendipitously. You call them forth into being. Call forth that which you seek, and it will come. All your needs are met. You know that, yet many of you are still dissatisfied. Your absence of satisfaction and fulfillment are due to your soul's mission and journey being unfulfilled. Yes, everything happens for you and to assist you. Yet many lessons, opportunities, and calls go unanswered, unreceived. Often you are deaf and blind to them. This is your source of dissatisfaction. Put your ego aside, the egotism, and listen closely. To flow in the power of your soul's flow, You must trust yourself and be willing to see yourself wholly. You must be honest with yourself fully. Your fears will stop you, so you must be honest about them. Your criticalness and judgment will hold you back. Free yourself and others from the snare of your criticalness and judgment. You must do so to fully be in your soul's powerful flow. This is a time of greater soul expression and flow for all of you. You can resist, be in fear, or you can free yourself. Allow yourself to unshackle your soul from human fears. For this is the ascension. This is the event. And that's what they had to say. So I'm not sure I quite get all of this. I do, but I don't. So I don't know that I have a whole lot to add or discuss. Yeah, I kind of do a little bit. But it's really interesting here because really our ego, it's not ego, it's the egotism that's a problem. And that's something that is really important to be distinguished by. There are so many people out there who are trying to banish the ego. The ego is part of who we are. Egotism and being egotistical is the problem. But when you have your ego in full alignment with your high self, with your soul, with your mission, there's nothing wrong with it. So embrace that part, but be aware of the difference between a moment where you have ego and a moment where you are dealing with egotism or being egotistical, because they're very different. I mean, your ego, which is something I still don't fully understand. I do know that there is a big part of it that it helps us just to navigate the human life and everyday life of the 3D world, because a lot of you may think that we're leaving the 3D world. We are not leaving it. We are adding on dimensions. And so the role of the ego will shift, but there will still be some. And that's okay. But the better in alignment it is with us, the greater our soul flow can be. We want it to be in alignment with what our soul wants and needs, because it can help us be able to navigate the earth and the world that we live in and the culture and society that we live in. So that's a huge thing. And if you're busy trying to banish the ego, you're being very critical and judgmental of it, which is a resistance and isn't serving you. The source of dissatisfaction that they talk about here, that the lessons and opportunities are going unanswered and unreceived, and therefore our soul is telling us what we need. That we all have it. Our soul is telling us what we need. Our guides and our angels are helping us to bring us messages of what we need. And if we aren't paying attention, or we are caught up in the fears or criticalness or judgment or whatever it is, if we are really kind of caught up in that, it's really important to just step back and observe yourself. Become the observer of yourself, just to see where you're at. This is where you can really be honest with yourself and fully understand maybe why this thing keeps happening that is maybe just an annoying pattern, or maybe it's painful, whatever it is. So if it's something you want, if you can understand it, they can help you to continue it. If it's something that's annoying that you can see as a problem for you, and if you shift it, things would be a little bit better, that would be great. So this is still where you come into being the observer, and not observing from the ego, but observing from the soul. So I encourage you to really tune into that heart space, because that heart space will always connect you in with the soul. And yes, there are some of you who may have heart space and heart chakra issues. And that's okay. You can still tune in. You can still say, take me past these issues and show me what my soul is asking for, and see what happens. If you have trouble with that, you may need to find someone to help you. You may need a reading or some kind of healing. Find someone, whether it's me or anyone else that resonates with you. I encourage you to do what you need to do to move past the blocks, to really fully hear your soul and be able to bring that forward. Because as the river flows, when the soul is being expressed and its mission is being fulfilled, like the water, it will cut through everything else. And from the human perspective, it might be weird, it might be scary. It's definitely, for me anyway, it's definitely something different than I'm used to experiencing as a part of everyday life. It's kind of weird, and very cool at the same time. So this is a learning process, and we're all in it. We're all in this learning process. And so see how it works for you. See what it is that your soul wants, what your mission is. You deserve to be on your soul's mission, and you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to be loved. And you deserve to be in a state of well-being in all ways. So that's all that I'm feeling and seeing, and it's really all I have for today. So I hope you found this useful, interesting, and I thought this message from the angels was quite powerful today. So I hope you found it useful and beneficial and powerful for yourself. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. You can use the pop-up box on the blog, or you can leave a comment on this particular post. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.